So there's a lot of buzz going on regarding what is Salesforce Experience Cloud. Many of the companies have already adapted it, but many of them still don't know that what is Experience Cloud and how they can take it most of the benefits. So today we have Lalit Arora with us, who has already helped more than 100 plus clients to build their Experience Cloud project. Hi Lalit. So in this particular video, we are going to discuss about what is Experience Cloud and how business can get most of its benefits and how they can reduce the cost by buying it. So, however, would you like to start on?
First of all, Aniket, thank you for having me here today. And I really like to bring in a lot of whatever the things that I've learned with the Experience Cloud, I try to bring in this particular podcast and webinar, the way that you want to take it further. So, if I cover the Experience Cloud in terms of the layman language, so you can say that any of the software that what we have in this universe, you can say that it's been created with the three layers. It's a data layer, logic layer, and the UX layer. The UX layer, what you exactly see. Data layer is where you save the data. Logic layer is like where you're going to put the logics. Right? It means you have to put any validations, you have to put any automations there or something. So these three layers, you consider everything is coming by default in the Salesforce. You have data layer, you have logic layer, you have UX layer. But what if the Salesforce says that I'm going to give you one separate portion of the Salesforce where you can have your own UX layer for the dedicated people. That is what the Experience Cloud is.
So moving forward, I've heard that there are lots of types of Experience Cloud user license. Mm-hmm. So would you like to give insights on that?
Yeah, absolutely, Aniket. And I think that is one of the very key area that what business owners and the people who want to adapt the Experience Cloud wants to know, because with the different license type, the price also differs. So there are basically three types of licenses with which the Experience Cloud can be accessed. So one is your customer, another one is a customer plus, and the third one is for partner. I will not get into the details of each license type, but you can say that as the name suggests, a customer and a customer plus. So ideally, this particular Experience Cloud licenses are for the customers. Like suppose if I give you the real-time example, I have a clinic, or I am the hospital owner, or I'm running a CRM for a healthcare agency. Now I want to give the license or maybe the access to my patients to check their daily reports or whatever, if they get into some kind of diagnostics test, or they want to say their prescriptions, or they want to see their appointments. What is the way that you're going to show it to them? That is where the partner portal or the Experience Cloud comes in. So you buy the customer licenses, you buy the customer plus licenses. There's an access issue with the plus and the customer. But when you have the customer licenses, you are ultimately giving them the dedicated access to share, to actually access their data from the Salesforce, what we are keeping in the CRM. So that's how the customer license works. Definitely, if you want to give them little privilege more toward that, you can generate your own reports. You can create your other stuff related to the access management and all this stuff. That's where the customer plus comes in. Now then comes the partner portal. So partner licenses are one of the most important licenses. I can say that where the companies can save a lot of costs, because when we call the customer and the customer plus license, they are for the external users. But when Salesforce says that you have to use your Experience Cloud for your internal users or maybe the partner users, then it comes the partner portal licenses. I like to even cover the costing. So generally, the customer license comes with a monthly cost of. So although there's a kind of a multi type of licensing cost, like the login base and the monthly base. So if I cover the monthly base, so customer covers for $5, customer plus covers for $15, and partner portal covers for $25 per month per user.
So just now you've covered the license cost of Experience Cloud, basically. So how you would like to compare it with Service Cloud and Sales Cloud?
Somewhere the Experience Cloud is also the part of the Sales Cloud. So when you actually go for enterprise type of editions, so there are like, I'm sure like who is watching this podcast or webinar, he or she, or maybe they will already be aware of the few types of licenses and the edition that what we have for the Salesforce. So by default, Experience Cloud comes with the Sales Cloud. So when you buy the enterprise edition for the Sales Cloud. However, if you want to go for a paid version for it, or maybe you want to go for a user based license for that. Ultimately, you can create the public clouds in the Experience Cloud. But if you want to go for a user-based license, then you have to go for a licenses, the one that we have compared. So the Sales Cloud comes for $165 approx, but maybe you can check the latest prices here. So generally, the Salesforce Cloud license comes for $165 currently, which is again user per month. But if you compare it with the most advanced version of the license, which is Partner Portal, so that comes for $25. So there's still a difference of 1/5 over there. However, you have the major access over there. Definitely, there are different terms with which you're going to be using that Partner Portal. But if it will going to be your internal force or the partner force, you can still use the partner licenses to access the Salesforce data.
Let's move to the main question of today. That is also the topic of the discussion. So how business can exactly save money using Experience Cloud?
So I like to cover this thing in two parts. One, how the customization can save a cost, and second, how the strategy can save a cost. So I like to start with the first one first. So the first one is that how you can customize your Experience Cloud. So one of the way that you can experience, be it be the customer portal, be it be the customer plus, be it be the partner portal. So there's a way with which we can customize it. That's the experience builder. So experience builder is like drag and drop. You pick the element, you put in there. You want to show some data from the records, you can show it. And the user who's going to be having the access to that particular record, if he is logging in, you can simply, that is going to work automatically. So like the way that I explained in the initial discussion, so you have the Salesforce as a data layer, you pick the data and you show it directly on the Experience Cloud, drag and drop. Okay. Another way of showing or customizing the Experience Cloud is having the LWC. Now that's another beautiful way of customizing it, which people doesn't know much, that you can do anything in the Experience Cloud. You can build your custom screens, you can build your custom reporting, you can build your custom visibility, all using the LWC component. So the best thing about saving the cost here is no matter what you want to save, or maybe no matter what you want to show to the customers, but that is not available in the Experience Cloud, because of which either you're going for a different way, maybe the third-party apps, or maybe creating some third-party portals or something to show that part. Instead, that you can invest that money in creating the LWC and show whatever that you want to the customer. That's the first way of doing it, how you're going to save money in there. The second thing that I like to pick is the license cost. Like the way that I took the example for the real estate company. Suppose if the business owner doesn't know about the partner portal, right? What he will do, he'll going to hire some sales guys out there and he'll going to give him the full license. $165 license he'll going to give. That's because he doesn't know about the possibilities of the Experience Cloud, that will he be able to show everything to their sales guys or not? Will he be able to show the leads or not? Will they be able to edit it or not? Will they be able to get the proper reporting or not? Will they be able to edit the records or not? That is the knowledge lacking, because of which the business owners are not taking this as their choice of getting the Experience Cloud while buying the contract from the Salesforce too. So if they know that their sales people, who are maybe the external people out there, or let's say, if I add one more example to it, so there's a company, let's say there's a health clinic, and that health clinic has their franchisee out there, maybe 5 or 6 franchisees, but there's a core headquarters for that clinic, which is maintaining the central data. That might be having just the Salesforce right now, but all the other partners, all the other franchisees, they'll be getting their partner licenses. That's it. So instead of giving 5 license, full license to each franchise, they'll be giving $25 license to each person over there. So they'll be having 1/5 of the cost for one franchisee, or one franchisee clinic, or maybe the partners or whatever.
So as we've covered a lot of things here, but still I want to know that companies have different systems. So is integration possible with that? Or if it is possible, then how much?
I think that's a good question indeed, Aniket. The reason being that this is one of the, again, myth that many of our business owners that have encountered, they already have these kind of questions because they don't know whether, since it's going to be a UI layer, what is the possibility of having those integrations again. Now see that thing 100% possible, because that's what we've been doing also, and possible in two ways again. So number one, since like the way that I mentioned, it is nothing but a data layer that's going to be on the Salesforce, and you're showing that data on the UI. That is going to be your Experience Cloud, right? So data access and all that stuff is going to be managed with the license or the public one and kind of stuff, right? So either you put the integrations on the Salesforce, and that data is going to be, whatever the data has to come, calculated or maybe extracted from the third-party systems, if they're using some different ERPs, if they're using some calculators, if they're having, like one of the example that I gave you for the insurance, one of our client was having the insurance calculator created on the Java application. So that Java application was giving the total calculation of the insurance claims and all that stuff in the Salesforce. So that logic was outside the Salesforce, but we were getting that logic with the integration into the Salesforce and pushing it to the customers on the Experience Cloud, right? So that's a one way of doing the integration. The second way is like what I mentioned with the LWC. So Lightning Web Components are compatible with all the integrations. You can have your LWC directly created inside your Experience Cloud, and further that Experience Cloud with the LWC going to integrate with the third-party systems. So you can show the real-time data over there as well. Suppose you don't want to retain that data within the Salesforce and you want to show the live data for that. So you really do not need any database or something. Only the UI layer for the LWC is going to get the real-time data and I'm going to show you. That's very simple and very much possible.
So thank you, Lalit. You have covered almost all the things which a person who's unaware of the Experience Cloud should know. But if anyone still wants to know more about Experience Cloud or he wants to get some clarity on it, so where should he go?
So they can absolutely reach out to connect@melonleaf.com. We are the Salesforce Gold Partner company and a lot of experience with the Experience Cloud again. We would love to help you in knowing how Salesforce Experience Cloud can save a lot of costs for you. Feel free to book your free call with us.